on the Merrimack River off Newburyport.
19184, Station Merrimack River.
It's day 2 of Operation Dry Water.
Everyone wants to have fun on boats. That's why you spend all the money, fuel and repairs and everything like that. So don't ruin it with a few beers and a bad decision.
The United States Coast Guard is part of the 10-day operation running through July 4th, patrolling for drunk boating.
We see a lot of boating under the influence, especially for the holiday weekend.
Last year, in the single weekend, there were over 500 arrests for BUI.
The Coast Guard says alcohol is the leading contributing factor to injuries and death on the water.
Boating is inherently dangerous on its own, so stacking up slowed reaction times and bad decisions just doesn't help that situation.
Petty Officer 2nd Class Robert Monroe says in previous years, drunk boaters have misread buoys, sending them onto the rocks.
It's just their safety inspection.
The same laws apply on land as they do on the water. Blood alcohol content of the driver has to remain below 0.08.
The difference between land and sea is that you're hot under the sun, you're extra dehydrated because you're out on the water, and you feel the effects faster of alcohol than you will driving.
Operation Dry Water continues until next Sunday, but the Coast Guard says their work doesn't end there.
This is something that our boat crews look for every time they go out underway on patrol.
And the Coast Guard is patrolling at different times throughout the day, sometimes as late as 2 in the morning. They say they want to saturate the area. On the Merrimack River, Perry Russum, NBC 10 Boston.
Another busy night in Lawrence. But these gas crews aren't the only ones navigating the roads.
Saturday we had 449 for breakfast.
Meet Kelly and Debo.
Nice to you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kelly and Debo.
They drop off hundreds of meals a day.
It's very heartwarming. They've been doing such an amazing job.
Thousands a week.
Today we left with 855 meals, and you see we have 2 trays of pasta left. That's it.
And what do you get in return?
Nothing.
All of this after waking up at 5 a.m. and working their day jobs.
I drive tractor trailers during the day, and then I come out and I drive the van at night until the wee hours of the morning until everybody is fed.
They start by feeding those in hotels.
A lot of people now are texting me, telling me that they're going to hotels.
Then make home deliveries, followed by feeding police, fire, and gas workers, like Jose Madera, who just put in a 14-hour day.
Sometimes it takes a drastic situation to bring people together, but as you can see, these people are dedicating their time.
And in the end, they say all this driving is well worth it.
This white van pulls up, it goes from frowns to smiles real quick because they know that there's nothing but love in this van for them.
Middleborough, a suspect fires at a canine officer. Plymouth, a large-scale standoff. And in Barnstable, Yarmouth Police Sergeant Sean Gannon killed while serving a warrant. Dangerous recent events where SEMLEC, the Southeastern Massachusetts Law Enforcement Council, called in. Now, for the first time, we're getting a rare inside look at the vehicles used on the front lines. This is the Rook, just one of 13 similar vehicles in the country, seen here in Middleborough knocking the garage door down.
You definitely do feel safe on it, as safe as you can feel in a situation of what you're going into.
And as Plymouth County Sheriff's Deputy Jim McDonald shows us, the platform allows SWAT members to approach a house while being shielded.
You can put a rifle through this port.
There's also a door that a state police robot can be deployed out of. A ram attachment can move or pick up a car. The platform can also be raised to a second-floor window so a camera can see inside.
These are not tanks. They're not armed in any way, shape, or form.
Carver Police Chief Mark Dufali is the team's unit commander. He stresses that this is defensive police work, and they're using the technology more and more to buy them time in an active situation.
Middleborough is a good example of not putting somebody inside of a building when we don't have to, being able to use equipment and technology to get inside and take a peek and see what's going on.
And right now we're inside of the Bearcat, which is more or less like a large pickup truck. However, this one is armored and it fits about 12 to 14 SWAT members. Inside the Bearcat, battering rams, shields, and a hole where SWAT members can fire out of.
SEMLEC who is on scene.
I think demand on policing has increased exponentially in many ways.
SEMLEC President Chris Del Monte says in these cases, the tools are a shield for the human body.
These vehicles try to level that playing field and put us in a better position to make those kind of assessments.
Chief Del Monte also says the vehicles help small towns who wouldn't normally have access to these tools with their policing.
Well, these same scenarios that we have come across or have been called to would have taken place anyway. We just are able to handle those situations with a better collaboration and coordination coordination amongst our partners with better equipment.
And the SWAT team says 85 to 90% of the time these situations are resolved peacefully through negotiators. Reporting from the Semlek Command Post, I'm Catherine Sotnick, NBC 10 Boston.